blistering 7-day heat wave nearing its end, but it is going out in dramatic form with severe storms that are just hours away.
And a massive water main break in New Jersey floods streets and parking lots and affects water pressure. And now repair crews are scrambling to clean up the mess. And good afternoon, I'm David Navarro.
I'm Shirley Nalica. We begin with the weather. A dangerous heat wave that has been baking the tri-state area now in its 7th day. The heat wave's supposed to finally end soon, but it is not going out quietly. Storms expected this afternoon could be severe with flash flooding, damaging winds, hail, and even an isolated tornado.
A lot to go over. We have team coverage of the heat wave. Sonia Rincon reports from Greenpoint, but we begin with Sam Champion and the AccuWeather forecast. Sam.
Yeah, Sonia's been out there all day long, even this morning when the heat was baking before the sun came up. But I want to show you this lightning that's developing right now because it's likely we're going to get some of the toughest stuff coming with this first line here. We've got an awful lot of lightning on its way to Morristown into Dover. This is a heavy dose of rain here. This is coming more than a ½ inch an hour right through this area as it moves through Morristown and it's going directly east. So Wayne, North Bergen, you're in line for that. You can see a little cluster near Yonkers right now and some of this that's much lighter, but it was the heaviest stuff on the board, but it's weakened a little bit on its way to Poughkeepsie right now. So knowing that, we've got a couple of hours that we're going to be dealing with this. We've got that severe risk, and you should kind of keep in touch with us all the way up until about 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the evening hours, because we can have everything with this. These strong gusty winds, the downpours of rain. It is likely that some of these storms can deliver an inch an hour, and if they go or if they train over one area or they stay over an area, we're going to get those bigger rainfall totals. Here's all that lightning right near Randolph right there that we just showed you that storm. I want to zoom out because it's likely that we're going to have a dry moment, and we think storms may redevelop back off to the west because we still haven't gotten the front through. Here are the watches and warnings that are out right now. Currently at this moment, we've got that massive heat warning that goes from Trenton all the way back to Philadelphia, and that heat advisory that goes all the way out toward the east end of Long Island, kind of stopping mid-Suffolk County for us and into the lower Hudson Valley. We also have that warning for rip currents that are all along the south shore of Long Island. So watching these storms, because as the Weather Center put us in that risk, that slight risk that they would be severe, and it does look like we've got some very strong storms with gusty winds moving through right now in New Jersey, and we'll kind of track them closer to the city momentarily. Just want to give you the heads up. This will stay until about 8 o'clock in the evening. There still could be some scattered stuff out east. We're going to go neighborhood to neighborhood with these storms and show you what's developing right now. We come back in just a minute. Full forecast, guys.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Thank you, Sam. And as people look for relief from the sweltering heat, a close call in Brooklyn. A young boy lucky to be alive after he nearly drowned at a public pool last night. Eyewitness News reporter Sonia Rincon continues our coverage from Greenpoint.
I was swimming with my sister in the pool, and some lady said like that, and I quickly walked over and saw the little boy slumped over and under the water.
Anthony Torres didn't wait for the lifeguards.
I went under, picked him up, and I started yelling for somebody to come and do their job, for them to help with the lifeguards.
The lifeguards did give the 5-year-old boy CPR. He was taken to a hospital where he's recovering. Torres says he's glad he could help and he'd do it again, but it left him shaken.
It's traumatic. I was a lifeguard for 2 years. I've never seen nothing like that. It's a very traumatic experience.
And a reminder that anyone in weather this hot can get fatigued, even if they're good swimmers. After 7 days of intense heat reaching 90 or higher, testing the grid, but without any major power outages in the city, a welcome temperature drop today with some storms. Lots of people here in McCarran Park getting in some exercise and dog walks before those storms hit, despite high humidity.
It's been muggy this morning. It's cooler than it's been though, so I feel good about that.
Are you ready for the heat wave to be over?
Yes, we're very ready for this heat wave to be over. It's nice to cool down again.
Andrew and his family have been cooling off at the McCarran Park pool, which has been essential these past few days.
Lots of people, but everybody's in the same situation.
Al is spending part of the summer here in Brooklyn. He's from Florida.
The last couple of days are worse than Florida. It's really, really hot.
The pool will be open for relief from the heat today, at least until the storms move through. And though tragedy was averted here, this heat wave has been deadly in the city. A Queens resident in their 70s died of hyperthermia at home over the weekend. In Greenpoint, Sonia Rincon, Channel 7 Eyewitness News. And Stay with Eyewitness News for continuing coverage of this extreme heat and for ways to beat the heat. We do have tips on a special page on our website, ABC7NY. You can find them by scanning the QR code on your screen.
A massive water main break sent water shooting out to the street this morning in Ramos. The rush of water quickly flooded parking lots. Eyewitness News reporter Crystal Cranmore has more on the mess and the cleanup now.
We're told the water from that broken pipe shot as high as this building right behind me, causing this large hole to form in the middle of the road. Crews spent Monday afternoon repairing a water main break on Spring Valley Road in Ramos. Part of the road collapsed, the pavement floating away as water shot into the sky a little after midnight. It turned the area into a raging river.
And then when I came down, I was like, yikes.
Kushi Patel lives right next door.
I didn't hear the rush. And then I woke up this morning. I was like, wow.
The water flooded retail parking lots along Route 4. It receded as of 10 in the morning. Local police departments took to social media to let residents and surrounding communities know to expect potential low water pressure as repairs are underway.
We noticed the pressure was low, but we didn't really know what the cause was.
While John Kim didn't notice a major difference in his water pressure, he's worried about next steps.
Just kind of concerned about having to boil water later. Don't really know about the water purity, and so hopefully it doesn't cause an issue for the neighborhood.
The Oleo Water Company says all customers have water and there is no boil water advisory. No word on how many customers are experiencing low water pressure or when the main will be repaired. In Ramos, Crystal Cranmore, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Breaking news, 4 city correction officers will face charges for their inaction in the attempted suicide of an inmate on Rikers Island. 18-year-old Nicholas Feliciano tried to hang himself at Rikers in November of 2019. Prosecutors say the officers, 3 guards and a captain, watched Feliciano for 7 minutes and 51 seconds before the captain finally cut him down. The officers remain in court at this hour, where an indictment is being unsealed. Feliciano suffered severe brain damage and is in a rehab facility at Bellevue Hospital.
The Biden administration